welcome back to the channel. This is Janie. She's actually one of my classmates here at Paul Mitchell. That's where we're at today. Today I just kind of wanted to show you guys how to work with different skin tones, different bone structures, how to highlight, how to contour using different face shapes. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. The majority of the product that we used was with the Urban Decay Electric Palette. Janie wanted to do more of a bold look. She does have brown eyes, so I went ahead and went with a complementary color, which was the brown look. So if you guys want to see how we get this look, then just keep watching. Alright, let's get started with this look. The first thing that we are doing is using the Smashbox Color Correction Stick, and this is in the shade Look Less Tired Dark. So this is going to be more of an orange kind of red tone, and this just helps to neutralize any dark circles. It's crazy how this works, but I got really great results with this. So I would definitely recommend it if you are having one of those days that you do have a little bit more of those darker circles. Now we are going in with the Nars Radiant Concealer, and this is in the shade Vanilla Light 2. And I'm just going to be putting that on the lids so we can get those nice and primed for foundation. And I'm using a for the eyeshadow. And I'm using a beauty blender to just blend that out. Very damp beauty blender. Now we are going to be going in with the powder here. And that is actually going to be one of the Urban Decay products, and that's called De-Slick Matte Powder. And now we're creating a transition shade. This is actually with Ultimate Face. It's just one of the darker shades. It didn't really say a specific color, but at Paul Mitchell we do use the Ultimate Face quite often, and so that's why I had some of these products handy. Now Janie does have a little bit of darker shades right there in the inner corner of the eye, so I put some white there to kind of correct it. Now we're going in with the star of the show, and this is with the Urban Decay Electric Palette, and this is in the shade Gonzo. So I put the brush, I dipped it in some water, and then I would dip it into the shadow, and that really helped me with the fallout, because in the beginning I did have tons of fallout, so I would definitely recommend wetting the brush first, and then I got more pigment and more of the look that I did want. Now we are going back in with that dark shade, and I'm just taking a fluffy brush. It's kind of angled as well. None of my brushes from home were with me, so I'm sorry I don't have any of the names of these brushes. I'm just taking a brown color from the Ultimate Face palette, and this is a very matte brown. It doesn't have any shimmer, and what we are doing here, we are just putting that on the crease. We are not beginning the blending process. We are literally just packing that into the crease, because I just want to get this ready for the blending process, and this is going to help us to remove the blue line that we see, because we don't want to see any harsh lines. So now I'm going in with the blending process. No excess product is on this brush, and I'm just going to be going in there and trying to blend this out as best as I can. Now I am going to be picking up a little bit more of the brown shade, and just kind of trying to blend it a little bit more. And now I'm taking more of a fluffier brush. This can be considered more of like the MAC 217 brush. It's firm but fluffy at the same time, great for making circular motions, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Just really trying to get that nice flawless blend. Now I'm using the white shade in the Ultimate Face palette, and I'm packing that onto the brow bone. And I'm actually going to be putting a little bit more of that further down onto the crease and transition shade, because I find that really helps me blend too. And I wanted to add a little bit more, so I'm actually taking some pigment on my finger, and that is always a great way to blend. Now with Jenny's eyes, I wanted to keep them more open, so I didn't put a lot of the darker shades towards the inner eye, because she does have darker there, so I just kind of wanted to keep that open. And now I'm refreshing some of the blue there that we used earlier, the Gonzo shade, because you always want to go ahead and refresh what's on the lid when you're using those shades, because it gets lost in the blending process. For the foundation, we are using the Kat Von D Lock-It in shade Light 48, and I just went ahead and put that onto the skin, and I'm going to be blending that out with just a foundation brush here. It's just like a fluffy, just a normal fluffy brush. I have no name for it, I'm sorry. but it's not wet or anything. We're just blending it out. I really liked this foundation. It was a nice mattifying foundation, which was great. Very full coverage. And we didn't even use a primer. And throughout the day, it lasted all day throughout school, which was great. It kept the matte. I didn't see hardly any oiliness of that sort, so it did its job. Now we're going back in with the color correcting stick here, and we did have a little bit of the fallout with the blue, which was insane, but I wanted to make sure that there was none of that around these under eyes. I did not want the blue to be there, so I just wanted to be on the safe side and color correct. We are now going in with the concealer, the Nars Radiant Concealer in the shade Vanilla Light 2, and we are going to begin highlighting. I'm putting that underneath her eyes and on top of the nose, the forehead. I'm putting a little bit more on the forehead because she does have a smaller forehead, so I did want to highlight that a little bit more. And now I'm just going to be blending this out, making sure to get a nice flawless blend with my damp beauty blender. And I love when I'm working with clients. There's so many tricks of how you can help them feel more at ease and have more fun with the application, telling them which ways to look and things like that. It's so much fun for me. We are going in with the Urban Decay De-Slick Matte Powder, and I'm actually going to be putting this all over her face. This is what I had at my expense, so that is what I used. I usually like to go in with the powder a little bit darker than her actual shade, but I didn't have that luxury. I'm going in with a darker color for contouring, and this is the Ultimate Face dark shade that I've been using, and I'm going in with an angled brush. Janie has fabulous cheekbones, so yeah, her cheekbones are on fleek. So, but as usual, I will start towards the back near the tragus of the ear. By the way, we had to take a little break, and Janie is now wearing her the Orlando, supporting Orlando shirt, so that's what we went ahead and we changed, and we got her ready for that. We are going in with the cheekbone there, and we are just kind of contouring that out, and I didn't want to contour much on her forehead because since it is a little bit smaller, we wanted to bring more light to the forehead, so that's why I kept it like that. The average face shape for what is most appealing to the eye is oval, and that's what we're all striving for when we are doing these contouring tricks, when we are doing these highlighting techniques. We are striving to get that oval face shape because that is what is most appealing to the eye, so that is why we do these techniques. Now I'm contouring the lip. I just wanted to give her a little bit more fullness, and I really liked this tinier brush that I used. It just made it look a little bit more natural, and I think I may start using one like this myself. And then I'm just blending that out with a normal fluffy brush. Now we are contouring her nose with some of that powder, but Janie has the most perfect nose. It has no ridges. It's a nice straight line. It is flawless. I want her nose. And I told her that. I love working with clients because you really start to appreciate their features when you are to start breaking it down and doing their makeup. The blush that we're using is the Ultimate Face in the shade Love, and it just has a little bit of gold flecks and mostly coral to it. I wanted to keep it pretty neutral because the eyes are the star of the show. Now we're highlighting, and I'm just using the white shade in the Ultimate Face palette. It doesn't really have any reflex in it at all, but I just wanted to give her a little bit more light, and that's what I had at my expense, so that's what I used. The liner that we are going to be using today is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. Now this liner, it's in the shade black, of course. I love my black liner. But this liner, it was good. It was a little bit easier to use on a client. I still am ride or die for my Maybelline gel liner, but when I use my gel liner on a client, it will probably take me like 10 minutes on an eye. Just because I'm a huge perfectionist and I want to get it right. But this liner is kind of like paintbrush because the bristles are more like a paintbrush. It's not felt tip, but it's more like paintbrush meets marker. So it went on really smoothly, but it did go on very quickly. So I don't know. I guess I'm just not used to it, but I'm really good with working with what I have, so I made it work. But I think overall it's good. I still am ride or die for my gel liner. So, and now we're just going in with her wing liner on the other eye. I kind of pull up like that. It helps me get closer to the lash line, and whenever you see like wrinkles start to happen with the liner, you see those little edge marks, pull up on the line and you'll get a nice straighter line. And I'm just making sure that those look even, and I found that I wanted to kind of clean up that liner, and now they're looking pretty good. And we are now going in with the IT Cosmetics gel liner, and I'm just putting that on her waterline. We are now going to begin the under eye process. And I want to let you guys know, I like to start with the eyes first whenever it's going to be a look that's going to give me a lot of fallout, because then I have more control. So that's why I usually start with the eyes, especially on clients. On clients, I'm always doing the eyes first because I want to have the luxury of being able to fix whatever fallout is on the face. With this, we are actually going in with just a black shade. I just used it very lightly, and I just traced that on her lower lash line, up against the waterline. And now we're actually going in with a silver shade, and this is called Revolt, and it is in the Electric Palette. And I wet the brush, and then I put that underneath the black that I put on. So it was a really cool look. And then I loved it so much that that color, the Revolt silver color, that I actually ended up making more of a cat eye effect. I wish we could have got a closer shot of this. Now I'm going in with a little bit more of the black, and I'm just really darkening that up because then you get such a good contrast with that silver. And we are at the school, so people are coming and going and getting things off the Sweet 16 cart, so that's why you see some of my classmates walking around in the back. We are now going in with the lips, and we are using ColourPop lipsticks, Hype Girl, and I really love this ColourPop. I think I'm going to start getting some more of their stuff. It was really easy to overline. We went a little bit over her vermilion border, just for the top lip. She has a fabulous bottom lip, but I love this shade. It was nice and neutral. I don't like to go too crazy with the lip if I'm doing something crazy with the eyes, so I wanted to keep that pretty neutral. But I really liked it, and it was a nice matte shade. With the eyebrows, I'm just kind of using the dark shade that I used before, and I'm literally just using an eyeshadow. Sometimes that's what I do if I don't have a liner at my expense, and so that's what we did today. And just go in with a little bit lighter and lighter, and you can build up more and more with your product. Like I said before, I like to follow their natural shape. So that's what I did today. And it turned out looking really great. The mascara that we're using, I really don't know what it is. Sorry. I don't know. Like I said, mascara is mascara in my book. Whatever. But this is how I like to put on mascara for my clients. I go to the side that I go behind them. I like to stand behind them, and I find it makes it so much easier for them too. And I'm doing a lower lash line because it looks so good on the lower lashes always. And just heightening that blush. For the highlight, we're actually going to be using ColourPop. And this shade is the Birthday Boy Shadow. It's actually an eyeshadow, and I love this brush. This is the Morphe M495, and you guys will probably see me using this in my tutorials. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Bye!